Hi everyone. In this session we'll be covering the on-demand GoRapid service provider application which caters to the need of on-demand home services industry, and we'll be exploring the three key components of the platform, that is admin panel, customer application and service provider application in this platform. So let's start with the admin panel first. The admin panel is the master panel that controls all the main functionalities of the service provider application. The admin panel contains some unique features like booking management, service provider management, customer management, catalog management, promotions management, and many others. So starting with the dashboard first. So as you can see over here, we can view the statistics of the last 7 days in the dashboard. Total number of bookings, total number of revenue generated, and total number of customers in the last 7 days. Booking state, and we can see the booking status in pie chart. As you can over here, it will be listed in pie chart. Once we can see all the customers and revenues, and over here we can see the last 7 days revenue in the form of a chart and graphical representation. Over here you can see the latest customers that have onboarded in this platform along with their email ID, mobile number, status and register date. Now moving further, next is the customer section. So in this customer section, admin can view all the records of customers who are registered or added by the admin. Admin can filter this data by status, covering the active and inactive status. Admin can search the customer records through search bar available over here. Admin can import or export the customer records. Admin can view the below columns in this section like name, email ID, mobile number, status, register date, and admin can take view and take some action, like admin can view details over here. In the details, admin will be able to see that we can see the date when the customer has their status, their ratings, their completed orders, the total spend, the average order value, and their personal details as well over here. And if they have owned any wallet and loyalty points, and they have any money in their wallet. And as an admin, I can edit this information and delete it from my side, and also I can add the address from here. Now moving on further, admin can also delete this customer information by clicking on this delete button. Admin can also add new customers by clicking on the add new customer button. Here as an admin, I can put the name of the customer, the mobile number, the email ID, the password I can set, and I can set the status as well, that is active and inactive, and also I can upload the profile image of the customer and submit it from this submit button. Admin can also filter the data of the customers by clicking on the filter by button. Admin can view the active data of the customers, the inactive data, and the customers who admin have blocked for some reason. Admin can also search any customer name or information by clicking on the search bar, and admin can import and export the data of the customers. Now moving on further, let's go to the service provider section. Here in the service provider section, you can see that admin will be able to view the name of the service provider, the email ID, the mobile number, the status of the service provider, along with the online status availability, like if it's online or offline, the total balance, the register date, and admin can take the following actions, like admin can click on the view details, and admin can see the details of the particular service provider. Admin can click on the edit option and edit the personal information of the service provider. Admin can set the commission of the service provider by clicking on the global commission, or he wants to set an override commission for this particular service provider. Admin can see the profile image of the customer service provider and upload and delete the image from his site. And admin can see the total earnings, completed orders, and the bookings of the customers, of the service providers. Admin can click on the delete button and the service provider details will be deleted from this site. Admin can view if there's any payment balance for the service provider that needs to be given. Admin can click on the adjust payment, and admin can debit and credit the payment for the service provider from this button along with the description, and click on the adjust button. Admin can also filter the service provider by clicking on this filter button and see the approved service provider, the rejected service provider, and the blocked service provider, as we have covered in the customers as well. Admin can click on the search bar and search for a particular service provider by entering the information over here, and admin can import and export the data of the service provider by clicking on this import and export button, and the data will be available to the admin in the form of CSV file. Now over here I have clicked on the add service provider. Here I can add a particular service provider by typing his name, mobile number, the email ID, the address, the service type, if it's a driver or a service provider, the account number, the account name, the bank details, the routing number, and I can set the password for the particular service provider. After filling all the information, I can set the status of the service provider, that it has been approved or not. I can also set the commission of the service provider, whether I want to set the global commission or the override commission for the service provider. Now I can also click on this image and upload the image of the service provider and click on the submit button. So after this, a new service provider will be created from my side. Now moving on further into the dispute section. So here's the dispute section. In this section, basically what the admin is handling is dispute between service provider and the customer. If during the service given by the service provider, if the customer is having any doubts or any complaints, so customer can raise the dispute from his side, and admin will be able to see the dispute and take the following actions. So as I can see over here, that this is the order ID of the dispute, the username, and the status is closed. So I have resolved this status is solved by me, so that is why it is closed. And I can see the mobile number of the user along with the email and description and the reason, as I can also see the attachment provided by the user. Now moving on further, this is the transaction section that of the admin handles from his side. So in this transaction section, I'll be able to see what kind of transactions I have done in this platform, and I can filter the transactions by selecting a particular date, the starting and the ending date, and click on the apply button. After clicking on the apply button, I'll be able to see that this is the transaction that has been done in this particular date. I can see the timings of the transaction, the type of transaction, credit or debit, the amount of transaction, the earnings of the transaction, and the description. I can click on this view details button and view the details of the transaction along with the order. If I click on the order button, I'll be able to see the order. So I can see the booking details, the booking ID, the status, and all the information about driver earning, admin earning, and the service the service provider has provided, along with the details, customer details and service provider details. Now let's go back on the transaction section. So I can also export the details by clicking on the export button, and I can see the transaction in the CSV format over here has been downloaded. So here, as you can see, that I have exported the transaction. I can see the list of transaction, the CSV format over here. Now moving on further, let's go on the booking section. Over here in booking section, admin will be able to see the total number of bookings done in the platform. with their booking ID, the customer details, the cost, the status, and at which date they have created this booking, along with the timings. As an admin, I can take the following actions, and I can view the details of the bookings along with the details of service provider, customer, the service the customer has taken, the admin earnings, the driver earnings. Now moving on further, I can filter this booking by clicking on the filter option. I can see the pending bookings, I can see the confirmed bookings, and I can see the completed bookings in the platform. Along with that, I can also click on the cancel button and see the cancel bookings that has been done on this platform. Now, if I wanted to search a particular booking, I can click on the search bar and click the type the name of customer, booking ID, or any other information on the search bar, and click on the search button, and the list will be, and I will be able to see the search result over here. Now, moving on further, in the catalog section. So in the catalog section here, I can see the list of services that I am offering in this platform. So by the with their name, the bestseller information, with the status, the created time, and I can do the following actions. I can edit this detail, or I can delete this detail. Let's click on the edit button. So after clicking on the edit button, I can see that this is the service display name that has been provided, that has been created by the admin, the short description, the featured image, the pricing. I can select the unit pricing or hourly pricing over here, the pricing per service, and comparable pricing over here, and the stock quantity as well. I can see the stock status. If this particular service is out of stock, so I can click on the out stock button, and it will not be shown to the customer on the front end. So this is the SEO settings that I can adjust by title, meta keywords, meta descriptions, and the URL of social media as well. And I can see the categories it has been included in. I can see this is the add-on over here, and if I wanted to show this particular service on the bestseller option, I can click on the bestseller button, and it will be shown on the front end, and submit the button over here, and it will be shown on the bestseller option on the front end. I can also able to delete this particular service that I have created by clicking on this delete button. Now moving on further, here I can see the list of all the active service, and I can filter this option by clicking on the filter button. I can see the list of inactive by clicking on the inactive button, and I can search for a particular service from the search bar. So, and also I can create any new service from this platform by clicking on this add new service button. So I wanted to create a new service on this platform. Let's create it. So I have write the name of display name plumbing, the description, the featured image I wanted to show, the price, whether I want to set this price a unit price or hourly price. I can click on this button, and I can set the price for the same, and I can see the comparable price over here. This is to show a discounted price for the service original price, and enter the discounted price over the service price over here. So I can write the price, the original price, and the discounted price in this section. I can enter the stock quantity over here. I can write the SEO settings and social media URLs of the particular service. I can choose a particular category for the service. I can add the add-ons. If I want it, and I can set it for bestseller, or I can disable it from the bestseller, and I can also mark the status active or inactive for this particular service, and click on the submit button, and it will be created. Now moving on further, this is the category section that we'll be exploring. So in this category section, as an admin, I can see the list of categories available in this platform, like mechanical, electrical, plumbing, cleaning, carpenter, construction, salon, appliance repair. And if I wanted to add a new service, I can click on this add button and I can type the name of the service, the parent. If I wanted to include any parent category, I can just click on a particular category from this section. I can type the name from this section, I can write the description, I can upload the category image, and I can click on the submit button. Also I can click on this featured button and it will be featured on the front end. I can enable and disable by clicking on this toggle button, the featured button, and I can enable and disable the status of this particular category by clicking on the status option. Now over here, this in this list of service, if I want to edit this particular service, I can click on the edit button and I can edit this service description or any other information I wanted to edit, and click on the submit button. Now moving on further to the add-ons. So this is the add-ons in the catalog menu. So this is particular add-ons for a service that will be shown to the customer when they are selecting a service. So here I can see the add-ons list by their name, the maximum limit, the type, the status, the date they have created, and the actions I can take by clicking on the edit and delete button. So if I click on the edit button, I can see the name of the particular add-on, the option, the price, the status, the limit, and I can add another name for this on this particular service, option. I click on the add-on button, and I can also filter the data of all the service by clicking on this filter button. I can see the list of active and inactive data. Along with that, I'll be able to search a particular add-on on this platform by clicking on the search bar. And if I wanted to create any particular add-on, I can click on the add-on button. I can write the name of the add-on, the options it has been included in, the price, the required information, the status, and the limit of a particular add-on. If I click on the limit over here, I can enable and disable the maximum range of the limit. So the maximum limit that will be shown or that a customer can book for this particular service, I can set it from this side. Now moving on further to the bird eye view option. Here I can click on the bird eye view option and I'll be able to see the available service providers and drivers on this map. I can see that these are the two drivers that are available, and I can assign a particular service to them. I can select a particular order if there is any pending order available, and I can click on the assign driver option. Here I can also see the list of the busy drivers available in this map. I can also click on the driver and see the personal information of the driver as well. And I can type the address from here and have a view of on the map of a particular address. I can see the satellite view as well by clicking on the satellite option. And I can zoom in and zoom out the map by clicking on this zoom button. Now moving on further with the promotions option. So in the promotion option, we will be able to see the list of promotions I have created for a particular service provider or any other particular service that is active or inactive in this platform. Here I can see the list, the name of the promotion that I have created, the status, the created date, and the action. I can take the following action. I can click on edit button and I can enable and disable the status of active to inactive by clicking on this toggle button. I can filter the status by active and inactive promotions over here. I can search for a particular promotion that I have created in the past, and I can click on this add promotion button and add a new promotion on the website for any other service by clicking on the name and featured image. Now moving on further with the promo codes option. So this is the promo code that has been created by the admin on the platform with their name, the discount type, the store type, the amount, the status, the start date, the end date, and I can take the following actions. I can delete this particular promo code, as I can see that this has already been expired by the status, so I can delete it from my side if I wanted to, or from my knowledge I can just not delete it, and I can see what promo codes I have created in the past with their amount option. Over here I can filter the status of all the promo codes. I can filter the active promo codes if there is any active promo code, the inactive promo codes. I can search a particular promo code by clicking on the search bar, and I wanted to create a new promo code, so I can click on the add new promo code button. I can define the area for that geofencing area by selecting the geofence option. I can write the code. I can click on the start button and end date of this promo code. I can select the discount type, whether I wanted to show it the percentage amount or the flat amount. I can click on the amount button, and I can enable this status of this particular promo code from this status option. I can write the description and click on the submit button, and the particular promo code will be reflected to the customers while purchasing a service. Now moving on further, let's go on the report section. So in the report section I'll be able to see the reports of the total orders. I can filter the reports by clicking on this filter button, and I can select the particular starting date and end date and view the status of the reports in the form of a graphical representation. And I can see the total number of orders on a particular date in the graphical representation. I can filter the status by days, weeks and months. I can sort this option, and I can also see the status on a pie chart. I can see the revenue reports of the particular date as well in this report section. Now moving on further, I can also see the customer report of from this section in the form of graphical representation. I can filter the customer report by clicking on the filter option and selecting the starting and ending date. I can sort the option by clicking on this sort button, and I can sort it on daily, weekly or monthly basis. Now moving on further to the system access option. So on the system access option, as an admin I can create multiple sub-admins for a particular feature or for a particular functionality I wanted to show or I wanted to cover up, to give to a particular access control layer to another user who can just access a particular service or particular thing like booking options or any other options. So I can click on the add sub-admin button. I can write the name of the person. I can write the contact information, the email ID, the address, and I can select the role of a particular role that this user will be able to manage, and I can write the status active and inactive by clicking on the status button. Now move on further to the roles option. So I can define the role of a particular sub-admin that I have created. So I can see that in the previous sub-admin that I have created, I'll be able to see the name of the sub-admin, the status, the creation date, and I can do the following actions. I can edit the details by clicking on the edit button. I can see the name, the status, and the permission that I have given to the particular sub-admin. So I can see these are the permissions that I've given. I can select or unselect these permissions from my side, and I can just manage what options the particular subadmin will be able to see and manage from this on this section. And if I wanted to create a particular new role, I can just click on the add new role button. I can write the name of the subadmin, I can set permissions, and I can click on the submit button. This is the access control layer that I have explained, for a particular sub-user of this platform that will be managing some admin activities created by the admin. Now moving on further, here's the list of the marketing button, and I can see the campaign list by clicking on the campaign button. I can filter the option by clicking on filter button. I can search it, and I can, if I wanted to add any campaign, I can click on the add button, write the name of the campaign, the template I wanted to select for this campaign, or I can target particular like email notification if I want to send. The template I can select, the audience I can select, the customers or any other audience, and the audience right before, right after, order before, order after. This is the particular audience I can select, register, like if a particular customer have registered before, so I can just click on the register option, or any particular customer has ordered before or order from this particular platform, then I can select this order button. I can select the date, I can schedule the date by clicking on the schedule button, and I can submit the option, and the particular campaign will be shown to the customers on this particular date. Now moving on further, this is the campaign templates that I have created for the campaigns to be sent to the customers. So here I can see the list of templates, like with their name, the template type, the status, the creation date, and I can do the following actions. I can either delete the campaign or I can edit it from my side. And here I can also filter the campaign by clicking on the filter button. I can search it from the search bar, and I can add a new campaign by clicking on the add button. So I wanted to create a new template for the campaign, so I can just write the name of the template, select the type of the template, the title of the template, and body description I can write for the template, and click on the submit button. So here's the status. I have created this template, and I can select the template by selecting while adding a particular campaign for the customers. Now moving on further on the configuration, here as an admin I can do the following confirmation. I can write the FAQs for the systems, I can manage the FAQs, the content pages, I can see the content type, the status, the creation option. I can, if I click on the view button, I can see the content I've created along with their title. I can add new section on this particular content page by selecting the content type, the template, and click on the submit button. Moving further, these are the email templates that I have set as an admin to be sent to the customers or drivers or the service providers. So here I can see that on new order, this is the template that I've set. The customer will receive. So this is on basis of code level, and that we have created. And if I wanted to manage from my side, I need to request the developers to change the campaigns or templates of emails. So it's predefined templates from the backend. So this is the document templates I can see the name, user, status, the creation date. I can do the following actions. I can view this field, I can edit, and I can delete it. And I can also add new document template by clicking on this add new button. Moving on further on the geofencing. So here the geofencing that I have set for service providers, along with their label, the type, the status, the creation date. an action. By clicking on this add new geofencing button, I can set the label of the geofencing, select the module, like a promo code I want to show on a particular geofence, or for the vendors, the radius I can set for the vendors for a particular geofence. I can select the location option. I can select the radius, I can set the status, and I can click on the submit button. So like I have selected this geolocation of a particular vendor along with their radius. So I can click on the submit button, and this will be created. This geofence will be created for the vendor. Moving on further with the terminologies. So here the terminologies option available in the platform. As an admin, I can set the terminology, select the language type, the user type I can select for the customers, and I can set the terminologies I can choose. If you can choose up, I can just rewrite it to any other option that will be shown on the front end. Terminologies plus taxes so these are some all label technologies, the writing style I wanted to show to the customers. If I wanted to change any terminology for the customers, I can change it from this side. Now moving on further on the theme button. So this is the theme settings on the front end I wanted to change. If I want to change the primary color on the front end, I can just click on this primary color button and it will be changed. I can change the primary font color from this section as an admin. I can see the app look and feel, and I can set the primary background color for the application, and I can also set the primary font color of the applications and feels and looks. By this I can see the secondary background, I can change the secondary font color, I can change the wrapper background, and I can change the wrapper font color for the look and feel of the application. And if I wanted to create any cookie policies, I can just create the cookie policy option, and I can enable and disable it. And this is the description that I have right on the cookie policies, and I can save the changes by clicking on the save button. Now moving on further, here I can see the website menu that I have set as an admin that will be shown on the front end. So this is the top menu, the quick links, and the customer service. This is the label that I have set. Along with their status, I can see the active status, the creation date, and I can view the following actions. I can click on the view button, and I can see that on top menu sections, these are the new sections that has been included in it. The home button, the home section, the about us section, the contact us, the login, and the create an account section I have included in the top menu sections. If I wanted to create any other menu, I can select on the parent option. If I want, I can set the label, I can write the link over here, and I can click on the submit button. Now moving on further with the gallery button. So this is the gallery for myself as an admin. I wanted to create any gallery, upload any pictures just for myself. I can just click on the add gallery button. I can upload the images from my side. Or from moving on to the basic setting options. So these are the general basic settings as an admin I can do in this platform. I can write the store name, the country I can select, the address I can select, the time zone that I have select as an admin, the currency I wanted to enable in this platform, that will for the payment, the language I wanted to set, the distance unit, branding, the cash on delivery wallet limit I can set over here, the basic settings, and I can select the payment method by clicking on this payment method button. I can select any of the payment gateway that I wanted to enable on this platform. And I can also enable and disable the cash on delivery option for the customers by clicking on the cash on delivery button. I can set the loyalty points. I can write the customer here URL and driver URL option over here. I can link all the URLs. I can link the social media, and I can enable and disable the social media sign up for the customers or any other users on this platform by clicking on the enable and disable button. So if I go and click on the enable button, I have to submit the secret key and the APIs for the same, the client ID. These are the API keys I can set for the applications and all the APIs that has been included in this application, like Google Map APIs, iOS Map APIs, and any other APIs. It will be reflected over here. This is the Mailgun API for email notification. This is Twilio API for SMS notification. This is Firebase. This is for push notifications. Firebase for other notifications, SMS notifications. And on this tip section, I can set the tip for the service provider and the driver from the customer side. That will be included in the billing. And I can select the commission option. So online transfer option, like we are using Stripe Connect, so I can just click on the commission transfer. I can schedule a payout and it will be automatically paid to the service provider on this particular date that I will set the commission on. So I don't have to do it manually, or if I want to do it manually, I can just click on this toggle and offline button, and I can set it or manage it from my side as an admin. I can set over here, we can see that bank account details, so we can set the bank accounts with other informations that needs to be submitted, the account number, the account name, bank details, name, routing number, any other information I wanted to set. I can click on the add button and write the information for the bank account details. And over here, this is help and support, so this is the mobile number I can set for help and support, the email ID, any other links like WhatsApp or WeChat or TwitChat. And this is the notification section, so I can enable and disable notifications on this platform, or like I have enabled the notification of order placed. So whenever a particular order has been placed, so this is the notification that has been sent, that will be sent to the user on this platform. And this is the domain setting option that I have created domain. So this is the general overview of the basic settings that as an admin I can see and I can manage from my side. Now moving on further to the service provider settings. This is the service provider general setting that I can do from my side. So I can set the limit of the service provider by entering the miles, total number of miles. I can set the service provider per request option, total number of requests the service provider can will be given to the service provider. The waiting time I can set for the service provider. The commission charges I can set. The OTP validation for the trip that will be shared by the customer to the service provider. The cancellation policy percentage I can set over here, and the pending and confirmed amount, and I can set the refund type, the description, all the things that I can set from this service provider settings. So this is the service provider option, and this is the overall overview of the admin panel of the service provider. Thank you so much.